Like a fading ember, but I hear you.
Welcome back, lore lovers. Today we are diving deep into one of the creepiest, most enigmatic figures in South of Midnight, the haunting, heavy-footed legend herself, Huggin Molly. If you've met her in game, you already know she is not your average ghost story. But where did she really come from? What inspired her inclusion in South of Midnight, and what does her chilling presence say about grief, loss, and Southern folklore? Let's unravel the real story of Huggin Molly.
For many long years I was selfish and numb. I went marching backward, beat my own drum, searching for something where I came from.
In South of Midnight, Huggin Molly is more than just a bump in the street. She is a shadowy figure who stalks the misty woods and empty streets of Prospero, wrapped in a dark cloak with long arms ready to grab anyone wandering alone. When you first encounter her, it's not just a jump scare, it's an experience. Her design is ghostly but maternal, intimidating yet tragic. She doesn't attack you like a traditional enemy. Instead, she suffocates you with a hug so tight it feels like your soul is being squeezed out. Her eerie lullabies and mournful cries echo through the woods, and as Hazel learns, she is not simply a monster, she is a manifestation of something much deeper, something about sorrow, trauma, and maybe even a warning. But this spectral woman isn't just a creation of the game's writers. She is rooted in real Southern folklore. Huggin Molly is an actual legend from Alabama folklore, particularly the small town of Abbeville. She's been terrifying and oddly comforting generations of children all at once. According to the legend, Huggin Molly is a giant ghostly woman, sometimes said to be 7 feet tall, who wanders the street at night. Her trademark: if she sees a child out after dark, she chases them down, gives them a bone-crushing hug, and screams in their ear. That is it. No death, no curses, no eternal torment. Just a scream loud enough to leave your ears ringing. But here's where things get fascinating. She doesn't harm anyone. In fact, many believe her intentions are protective. Her terrifying appearances might actually be a way of keeping children safe, scaring them back home before trouble finds them. It's part ghost story, part bedtime warning, the kind of tale passed down in whispers, woven into small town life to this day. And Abbeville leans into it proudly. They even have a restaurant named after her, Huggin Molly's, complete with murals and themed dishes.
'Cause life is a light.
In South of Midnight, the game's haunting Southern Gothic style isn't just about scares, it's about stories, and Huggin Molly's inclusion taps directly into one of the game's core themes: grief, memory, and unresolved trauma. Let's think about this: a ghost who appears only at night, who embraces you, but not with comfort, but with suffocation. She doesn't want to hurt you, but her presence is overwhelming. In folklore and in game, she is a motherly figure whose grief manifests as a protective instinct gone too far. There's even a fan theory that in the game, Huggin Molly represents the trauma of lost motherhood, possibly Hazel's, or a communal grief felt by Prospero's spirits. She could be a soul who lost her child and now wanders the world trying to hold on to every child she sees. She hugs them not to harm, but because she doesn't want to let go. If you explore Huggin Molly's side quest in South of Midnight, you will find scattered pages from a mother's diary, lullabies sung in a trembling voice, and children's drawing in abandoned homes. One note reads, "She only comes when I'm sad, when I cry for mama." This suggests Huggin Molly might be drawn to sorrow, especially the sorrow of children. It is as if she is trying to fill a void she can't understand, There is a moment where Hazel speaks to a ghost child who says, "Molly just wants to hold me cause I'm cold inside." And then there's that incredible boss moment, not a fight, but a ritual of release. Hazel helps the spirit of a child pass on, and Huggin Molly, instead of attacking, weeps and vanishes into the mist. It's not just creepy, it's cathartic. What makes Huggin Molly so compelling is that she blurs the line between horror and heart. She isn't evil, she is hurt. And in a game that's all about confronting the past and navigating the emotional landscape of the American South, her role is crucial. Unlike your typical horror spectre, Molly doesn't need to be exorcised, she needs to be understood. And that's what South of Midnight nails. It transforms a spooky bedtime tale into a fully realized character with emotional weight and narrative depth. Huggin Molly might have started a tale to keep kids indoors, but in South of Midnight, she becomes something more, a symbol of loss, love, and the shadows we carry. She is one of the most haunting characters, not just because she is scary, but because she means something. Her hug isn't about pain, it's about never letting go. So the next time you hear her whisper through the trees or feel her shadow behind you, don't just run, listen. That's it for today's deep dive. If you found this story chilling, emotional, or just plain fascinating, hit that like button and let me know in the comments who should we cover next in our South of Midnight lore series. Until next time, keep your lanterns lit and never wander the woods alone at night. Bye bye for now.